got lots of fluff. Okay, we're here. Thursday night. Another week has basically surpassed me. And I have a raging headache. I hope it's just a headache and not anything else. But look at what I found today. Stickers from Trader Joe's. From who knows how many years ago. One says, Trader Joe's, I love you, man. Another one says, I left my heart at Trader Joe's. Third one says, you take the cake. And then the fourth one says, be mine, spelled like a B. I also found these stickers that I've had for years because I didn't want to use them, which is all moot now because these are all going into the trash. Oh man, there's better ones now. Look at that. Wow. Wake up and smell the Joe. It's a scratch and sniff. Oh my god, it still smells like chocolate. Emergency pizza patch, do not eat. Smells like crayons. I smell cedar. I must be at Trader Joe's. That smells kind of like cedar. Wow. You go. They could be worth something. Okay, someone take it off my hands. Someone take it off my hands. I found a sticker book that I had when I was like in elementary school. I don't know how much I paid for this shit, but it's mostly blank. Looney Tunes, some Looney Tunes. Lots of stickers. Wow. This is also going into the trash because I really doubt anyone will want this. The first sticker says, stand firm in God. I did grow up Christian, y'all. Here's the Toast Man. I forget his name, but I loved him. Before the Sad Depressed Egg was a thing, Toast Man was my favorite. I got a booklet from my friend Natalia that she gave me when I graduated. Would you guys like to hear some of the journal entries and some of the cards and letters that I found today before I trashed them forever so that they could maybe live a little bit longer virtually? I think that would be nice if you are into it. Dear June, 谢九星, congratulations on graduating. You will be greatly missed by all of us. I really enjoyed getting to know you, sharing our emo stories, fangirling over Nietzsche, and suffering the unpredictability of Denise Iris together. I don't remember who that was. You're a wonderful, sweet, and beautiful person as well as a great friend. I'm sure you'll do amazingly in life in the real world thanks to your talent, intelligence, and overall goodness. I hope China treats you well and that you get some sort of proxy or VPN or whatever so you could keep in touch. Meanwhile, I'll be bearing another year of the beloved yet sufferable Swarthmore College. So far, my post-SWAT plans bring me to Asia, so we might cross paths next year. In any case, I will probably be visiting New York this June, pun not intended, lols, and we should meet up. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Thank you for being there for me, being a great listener, and trusting me with your friendship. I will miss you a lot. Love, Natalia. P.S. I'm sure you're on lots of people's hot lists. No joke, seriously. And people don't only love you for your pictures, even more seriously. They love you for your Juniness. Duh. Little monochromatic orange riding hood because I wore an orange coat in college. an awkwardly drawn June, a June face, a badly held pseudo camera, pseudo Dory, that's the name of my first camera, and June's pseudo red shoes, which, to complete the narrative, I swear I didn't plan this, but here are the red shoes in real life. I wore these all in college. I wore them all over China. Unfortunately, nobody has taken them for a week, so we're gonna trash them tonight, but these are my beloved suede red leather boots. They are so well worn, and I had a fantastic life in them. So, thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Red Boots. Trash. Look, I tried to portray your awesomeness in a doodle and failed. You're not being convinced. The rare smiling June. I smile a little bit more now. Thank you, Natalia, and thank you for these memories. Okay, a little interlude. I found more CDs when I went to Mom's office today, and I had these keys, these ones, that open up her little drawer, but little did I know, her drawer had yet more shreddables for me. And I was sitting there in her office for an hour and a half shredding until I burnt out the shredder twice. And my friend Samira came to pick me up again because I was like, Samira, I'm gonna be late. Grandma just called. She really wants me to visit her. So I was like, can you please pick me up because I have a tub of stuff that I have to take back to Woodside too, and it might be really long on public transportation. And Samira swooped to the rescue, picked me up in half an hour, got me home to Woodside. I gave her one of Mom's combs that I found and a piece of cheesecake, and dropped off my stuff in Woodside, went to see Lala for like 10 minutes because I had to come back here and continue sorting. I was like, I'm sorry, I might not be able to see you tomorrow, so tomorrow might be a day where I don't see Lala at all because time crunch is real. Things are starting to pick up speed, but I have to go back to Mom's office at a later date to finish shredding those things. Let me put the keys back on so I don't lose them. The brand of the shoes are OTBT, maybe? I did just throw that book away. I'm sorry, I can't keep it. Yeah, so I found more CDs. Dad said I can destroy them, so I'm gonna put on my gloves. I'm gonna grab one of Mom's thousands of plastic bags, and we're just gonna snap them in half, okay? It'll be really cathartic. I don't have a set time of starting the lives, and if you've seen any of these lives before, you should know that I don't have plans for life, never mind lives. What can I say, y'all? I have really good friends in my life. I'm very thankful for all of them, and the people that I met in college, I've actually managed to stay in touch with quite a few of them, and they have been life-saving. But I was just talking with a viewer today, actually on Instagram. She's come to pick up a few times stuff from Mom's house, and she's driven me places, and she's bringing me boxes and garbage bags, and you know, she was saying how, like, I seem to have done a lot in a month and that I should give myself more credit. And I was like, it would have been impossible to get to where I am today if people, both strangers and friends, did not step in to help me. The amount of strangers, viewers, who have given me rides, who have not robbed me and stolen from me, who have graciously taken mom's things from me and given them new homes and purposes, have been quite amazing. So I am very thankful for everyone who have helped me and who have not only helped me but kept me safe. I'm gonna put this outside in our free area. Fingers crossed that I continue to give stuff away to people who want them without incident. I actually think scratching the CDs might take more time than snapping them. The shoes that I bought were on sale. I don't remember how much, but that was when I was in college, and I would not have purchased any shoes over $60. So. They are not just music CDs, but we will be trashing the music CDs too because they have not had any takers. So we're just gonna go ahead, take those CDs, put them in the trash, and recycle the cases, which I just noticed that apparently on recycling day, it is also trash day, and I feel like they have not been taken. My recyclables for recycling, I feel like they just assumed that it was trash, but womp womp. I haven't been working out, so this is basically my physical activity for the day. You know, just let me have it, y'all. Just let me have it. I don't place my recyclables in the right bags, guys. Probably that's why, huh? Oh well. I have made sure that they are clear, but maybe they can't really tell the difference. Sometimes they're white, though. Aaron has been helping me from Woodside because somebody has to look after Fred. He just helped me order mattress garbage bags because in New York City you can't put out mattresses on the curb for pickup unless they are in bags because of bed bugs. He's also trying to get the stamp collection appraised and sold. I also found some Chinese coins, like 4 of them, that apparently might hold some value, so he's putting those on eBay. I've basically just been asking him to handle more, like, computer thingies. Elder, we fucking see you. Gosh. Don't make me ban you. I don't have patience right now. Ooh! All right, all the CDs are done. What else? Oh, yes. Is it time? No. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. I have a to-do list right here. Let's read some journals because my hands are numb from snapping. This is my Snoopy and Woodstock journal, which I love very much. Here's some more stickers. And this page, I already Instagrammed it, so I'm not going to read it. Wow, that's some real personal shit. Okay, I'm going to read it though, because interestingly enough, you guys probably have seen a little bit of the dynamic, but October 25th, 2013, Aaron, what if I'm testing you? What if I sense you follow the path of least resistance, and I don't want to be the path you follow just for the sake of following? If I became difficult, would you still stay? I don't even know what I'm writing here. I sound like I'm not writing a journal entry. It's very like, have you read Notes from the Underground by Dostoevsky? It's got that vibe going on. The wall is wide, it is not too high. From far away, it looks like I can jump it if I tried, but up close, it's too tall for me to grasp hold. It seems to grow bigger, more expansive, as I get near. It looks new, but not brand new. Red bricks, all neatly laid, white sand mortar, strong glue. I don't know who built it, but I've walked myself here. I'm alone, I've been here before. I visit it often, maybe too often. It seems like I just come here to walk by it, look at it, touch it. Maybe. I worry about this. How will we upkeep the garden? Will everyone come and go as they please, trampling, trashing, destroying? I almost want the wall back up again. If I don't have access to it, it's okay. No one else will either. I almost don't want the responsibility of having to maintain a thing of beauty. It's taxing. What would I do with a garden anyway? The air is the same. The sky looks the same. The ground is softer. But big deal. Better to step out of that area and go home. Leave things as they are. I don't ask for help the same reason. This is going to turn into therapy. I don't ask for help the same reason why I don't want to use makeup. Am I not enough on my own? If something, someone, not me, helps build me, what can I take credit for? What can I be proud of? My father told me that everything is on loan in this life. That must include me. I am a life on loan. I'd be due back someday, eventually. Treat everything with as much kindness as I can. In a way, my real currency is time. This is my loan period. I have this bad habit of spending money on cheap things instead of getting good things. I'm getting better at it. I don't compete because I can't win. I don't like to lose in the public eye, so I disappear and sink down. This is surprisingly similar to some of the notes that I have managed to read or get translated by my dad that my mom wrote. Like this paragraph reminds me of something that he just translated for me last night. Who do I want to fall in love with? I should try my best to become her. I would like her to be confident, solid in the steps she takes, but never more than her body requires. I would like to love him who can allow accidents to happen without suffering offense. Well, but also, every decision is a step in one direction only. And since I don't like maps, I must be comfortable in the area in which I choose to be lost. It's nice to find friends along the way, but not everyone wants to be lost. Petulant. Moved to or showing sudden impatient irritation, especially over some trifling annoyance. How weird is it that this word describes perfectly how I've been acting and feeling in recent months? Things I should do more of: sun naps, greens, hula, good movies. Things I should do less of: biscuits, overdose eating, self-blame, feeling mad. They're just not at all fulfilling. Things I need more of: thankfulness, patience, acceptance, allowing time, enjoying, being, and letting be. Treat everything with as much kindness as I can. I had a dream today where I was time traveling. It's a recurring one where I'm allowed to go 15 minutes into the past. This time, I went back to find out the identity of a SWAT alum to see what year she was after catching her performance in a YouTube video. I told Aaron when I wake up about the dream, the people, and the moment of clarity I had. I just didn't tell him what the clarity was about, that I had seen my younger self naked above the hips, and how fine she looked, and how I thought to myself in that moment in the dream, so that's what Aaron fell in love with. I wondered, but did not ask last night, if he had... better not say that. Wow, this is a line. There is nothing worse than being made to be consumed than having no one consume you. There is nothing worse than being made to be consumed than having no one consume you. Treat everything with as much kindness as I can. Every choice is controlled. So then, how to unbrainwash or rebrainwash what society standards are, and how to make choices independent of all considerations, especially... But nothing is that simple. I cannot just sever all I have been taught from who I am without it all. I am, by nature of nurture, dependent on society. So maybe the bigger goal is to grow free and away from social jail. Don't give a fuck if you're not hurting anyone, everyone. Don't be afraid to lose yourself, someone, something, because everything is on loan. You never had it to begin with. Angie insists Justin stole her tapioca pearls from her mug of bubble tea while she was out of the room. I didn't see him do that, and Justin and Lily say he ate some from Lily's cup. Even if he did, so what? The bubbles are gone. Someone ate them. They were enjoyed in the end, if not by Angie. I need to remind myself how amazing it is that I've ever consumed bubble tea, not once, but many times. Even if I never get to taste it again, it is already wonderful that I've had my chances already. Stop being a drama queen, Angie. Stop feeling like everyone cheats and takes advantage of you, June. The world is not fair. If being fair feels good to you, great. If it makes you feel slighted when others don't reciprocate, play dirty. Thanks for the lesson, kid. Look in the mirror and slap yourself from time to time. Not for punishment, but for a reminder that you are alive. There are worse things. Bring yourself out of yourself and focus on everything you haven't yet seen. There is so much to do, so much you're letting pass by. We'll all get fat and die, or get skinny and die, or get ugly and die, or have the best time ever and still die. No one can possibly love us forever, not even ourselves. Remind yourself you are no exception to the rule. You might be exceptional in some fields, but so are we all, in good ways and bad ways. Do not try to stop change. If you try to stop traffic, the cars will run you over. And some art. There is a lot of thoughts here on disordered eating and body image issues, so I'm going to skip them because they might be very triggering. Wow. Here's an idea. Thanks, Idea Channel. Make a monthly to-do list. November 2013. Eat one veggie or fruit-only meal 5 days a week. Start preparing for a December move. Cook something new with Aaron. Be nicer to Mom. Be more patient with Aaron. Eat only one bowl of cereal per day. Try out the coffee maker at least twice and try to finish the Choco coffee. Use up those socks for cleaning. I project a lot. All of my insecurities splashed across invisibly on the glances, turns, speech of others, like, why do I get so annoyed every time I phone Mom, when she's not immediately 100% approving of my newest changes in life? Maybe I'm too acquainted with her criticisms and anticipate their arrival, contained in her hesitant questions and skeptical tones, and exasperate them when I unconsciously combine my own fears of uncertainties and potential failures and fall-throughs into the mix. You've identified the problem, now be a problem solver. Be less harsh on everyone in your life, especially you. Just called Dad as I was getting to the subway and asked him for advice. First dad advice? I can't read my handwriting. Curse or criticism yourself out? Parentheses, no. Second dad advice, Make food taste bland, control your overeating with appropriate fastings. Another self-punishment I don't want to make a habit out of. Third dad advice, encourage yourself. Tried, hasn't worked yet. So finally he asks, or brings up, do you actually want to exercise control over yourself? Because if you wanted to do it, you'd find a way. And that I agree with completely, in the same way I believe I can only be a good teacher to students who actually want to learn. By the looks of it, I don't want to exercise control over myself, either because I have no confidence in my stamina, or because I have complete confidence in my essential nature to do the right thing. Eventually? What a false dichotomy though, because to live through each day is to commit to endless choosing sessions, no matter how short-lived each decision is. So is my enemy choice and freedom to choose? The values so essential to the commonplace idea of happiness. Is it possible that the chance to be happy, no guarantee of an outcome that is happy though, is actually making me miserable? Because yes, then failure is constantly possible, and I, as a decision maker, is the only person responsible for my own failed outcomes, because I can't blame physics or fatalism or destiny or intangible restraints or God, because those factors affect everyone, not just me. I just don't know if these factors affect everyone equally or fairly. If yes, then I can't blame anything outside of me. If no, then what? Do I take my bad or good luck and be content, surrender to the force that rules? Do I struggle, if not for some sympathy from the greater ones, then for my own sense of work or agency or meaning? Running away from an enemy is a tiring routine. I think I'm afraid of having to stop one day and it catching up to me. Or maybe it has already, I can't tell, because I always feel like I'm running from me. All the bad stuff of me. So my logic is, why run? Let it happen. Let it do its worst. See how you come out at the end of it, because that will eventually be the end of it someday. So take it now, sooner rather than later. Be one with yourself. Be no longer enemies. Coexist without abuse. It's hard. Fighter by nature, but what a useless thing it is to be a rebel against the self. It's like in a dream, ultimately, when I become a character in the plot, then fade out and into a third-person, omnipresent, omniscient viewer. I never know who I am in the dream, the character, or the standalone, invisible viewer. So I am now awake, I think, never knowing which me I'm living. Is it really a fight between the two selves? Or maybe just a switch in the perspective between the two within? Like id and superego dueling it out, and there's really no ego, just a shadow of one, composed by the all too sudden and all too frequent changes in character. So the id fights the superego for being too uptight, and the superego calls the id a slob, fat, lazy, nonchalant, and unaware of just how unattractive it is. And all I turn out to be is the fight unfolding, the battleground. Maybe I don't seek to control myself because, one, I don't know which of them to control, and either one being too powerful might make me miserable, so I'm paralyzed in indecision, and two, I like to watch them fight. It's become so much of who I am. It's a fight that defines me, names me, separates me a little from everyone else who seems so fucking at peace with their unified selves. Pun? 3, I can't control them and fail miserably in the longer term to stick by any oneself because they're dynamic. And it's a good way to give myself struggle, to give life some games, plays, bets to win or lose, story to engage, less boring, more potential meaning. Enemies or friends? Because Inigo Montoya ran out of things to do at the end of The Princess Bride once his revenge was complete. Because Guy Pearce's Sammy characters deliberately set false clues to keep the search and lifestyle alive. Something to live for, something to do. Treat everything with as much kindness as you can. Humans are too weird. They carry on as the most intelligent species and deem all other animals inferior in a patronizing way. I'm so sad to be a human. I wish I could have been something less harmful. If it's true that other animals feel less and think less, how great would it be to be any one of them? But humans and their actions would be an eternal horror and lifelong fear. On the F train now to drop some things off at Mom's before going to Lily's. Rowdy sons who are throwing tantrums in another language, sobs and lamentations loud. The older one is visibly more physically aggressive than getting up to scream unintelligibles to his father in another, more distant seat. His father looks too tired to be frustrated. I wonder if the parents regret giving birth to two crying bodies. I wonder if these kids wonder what life would be without life here. I wonder what their family life is about in private at home, where no strangers are watching. What would they have been on their own, without each other, without a brother? Before I left 1701 today, I was G-chatting Aaron. We were talking about moving to Mom's in batches rather than a limo service. So we got to talking about taxi cabs, about the last time we each took a yellow cab, and Aaron told me about his lovely night without friends or a lady's company, his decision to get a $10 cab to go to a bar to pick up a lady, and reserve his loneliness and horniness. I don't understand the hookup mentality, and asked what the difference is between masturbation and sexing with a random person, and he replied with a long list of things one would get from hooking up, benefits and happiness, and I was offended by this seemingly all too obvious answer, the flat, no explanation needed format it took on, an onslaught, an almost attack way of, why don't you understand? And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not a subscriber, and decided it was time to head out. And yes, it was time to go to Mom's. This was 2013. This looks like a page that was before 2013. Oh, this was 2003. Oh, we got some pages from 2003, so 10 years before all that you just heard. It will end eventually, but I don't want to wait. I just realized if I don't change soon, I'll be headed for doom. I'm living life the easy way, ending up the hard way. Is this song lyrics? What the fuck is this? I should change, I have to change, I will change starting now. It is December 24th, 2003, around 10 a.m., signed June Xie. Okay, I guess I just wrote a really emo song. So I thought that life would be easy, every single plan would be accomplished. Get into a good or great university, get my master's at least, married, no kids. Anyway, that's as far as I went. Maybe become a teacher, kindergarten, or a professor even. Unfortunately, my life is in the process of crumbling up like chocolate chip cookies. They also taste good at first, then they break all over the place. So yeah, that's my life. Nothing to do, too much to do, sigh. Bored. Going back to my math homework. Be back. That was at 10 a.m. Then at 10:20 a.m., eating breakfast. Do math later. 10:40 a.m. Gonna sleep now. 12:40 a.m. p.m. That was a long nap. Math homework. 2:45 p.m. Still didn't finish. Eating lunch. I think the day is ruined. Wow. December 27th, 2003, 1:20 a.m., snoring. December 31st, 2003, 5:30 p.m. Oh, New Year's Eve. I did nothing this whole vacation. Aw, well. Sighs. I'm going to the Met tomorrow with Dad, probably. Tim was invited by me, but he was busy. Then I changed the date to tomorrow, and Dad did not want me to invite him. Too much responsibility, he said. Mwahahaha. Keep you updated. Hint, we can go to the next page. Smiley face. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. So I got to the Met, but they were closed. Oops. Mom, Dad, et moi went for a walk in Central Park. Saw lots of dogs. Yay, we bought junk food snacks in a CVS place. Happy New Year to you. Life goes on. I've got to get to work. Idiot smile. September 10th, 2004, 7:57 p.m. I've changed, but not in a good way. I think I'm getting worse. New journal. I write mostly in there now. So that's why I don't feel safe with Aaron. We're back to 2013. I've said it before. We don't want the same things, we don't communicate the same way, love the same way, think the same way, and not same as in identical, but same as in the same sport. Soccer means no hands, not the same as volleyball. Like the feeling when he gives me a thumbs up when he sees the pictures. Wow. I guess 2013 was a very bad year for my disordered eating. Every obsessive thought somehow always ties back into food, control, failure. Every beautiful girl I pass by is a failed incentive and a package of self-blame. Everywhere are mirrors of who I am not strong enough to be. You see, you see, you see. Can love be measured in terms of its worth? Like, I was trying to process the value of working out equals hot bod equals better for esteem and anchoring attraction, but then my brain asked, is it worth it? Treat everything and everyone with as much kindness as I can. Be kind. Be kindness. Be proud of your attempts. Be kind. Is the key to success under restrictions to simply ignore the limitations? To act as if it's not there? To take things, even duties, less seriously? Pretend the oppressor is not there, carry on along your own personal guidelines as best as possible, then surprise and even surpass your oppressor in the end. If you are prone to struggling, at least acknowledge the difficulty inherent in the act of struggling, and move forward with strength, as much as you can muster. The worst you can do is die, which will happen with or without you anyway. To begin differently would be ideal. I would rather start from the beginning, but I'm sure all storytellers scratch their heads over this. The beginning is really not there at all anymore. Wow. There is a lot of shame in this particular journal. I picked a very, very heavy one to read. How are you guys all doing? Do you want a break? We can have a break. Let me recycle these. Here's a drawing I did off of a photo of me. I think I was like maybe 6 or 7 in the photo. No, I'm drinking a can of Sprite with a straw. I also found my What Would Jesus Do bracelet, and I was like, I don't need this shit. But then I was like, I could wear it, and it could be my What Would June Do bracelet, you know? When I was a teenager, reading sex scenes in romance books brought a kind of covert shame, not only because they were what my upbringing would deem inappropriate, but also because the act of reading semi-forbidden materials in a language my mother didn't understand right beside her seemed an act of filial betrayal. If she asked, I'd tell her it was a love story, not a pop fiction romance that was made into a movie just a year ago. I believe I was in my Nicholas Sparks reading phase. At the height of when my curiosity and modesty intersected, I stopped in the early half of Judy Blume's Forever because I thought I wasn't mature enough yet. But at 16, I think I was trying to prevent myself from turning into the road of sluthood. I promised myself I'd go back to the young adult novel when I was a little older, young adult like at 18, when I would technically be, by some legal definitions, definitely 18 and adult. I'd forgotten about the unfinished reading for several years and returned to it only after I'd seen my fair share of human genitalia while trying to understand how any of it made sense. The work hardly seemed worth it in the end. I'd lost my virginity to him, though modern feminists would argue that there hadn't been anything to lose save for the shackles of patriarchy, and I suppose I'd agree now too, but then it was different. I was the one who had what he'd wanted. I handed myself to the fox in the grapevines, and I watched him eat. It felt like a loss, not really of the body and its purity, but rather of the hopes I'd built for that moment. I'm jealous of writers who can imagine such romantic and sexy moments for their characters, because now I see how difficult it must be to glorify that which is so basic. My sexuality repressed or non-existent, or just naturally uninterested on normal days, is something I'm still trying to grasp. But what would I let myself have? Experience. Read. Now. We would joke now more and more that I'm a lesbian who just hasn't discovered the beauty of women yet. But I know what I know. That women have more beautiful bodies, far more elegant than those belonging to the penis population. I also can weigh conventional attractiveness fairly normally in my head, yet a simple acknowledgement of beauty does not equate to a personal attraction. I've never experienced the kind of physical attraction, magnetic in its pull from the spine, before I loved Aaron. I've crushed hard in the head. They were accompanied by pain and a strong sense of lacking something deeply wanted. I'd imagine scenarios of kissing my crushes, perhaps even sleeping with them. But the more elaborate the imagined scene, the longer I stayed in the fantasy, the more I felt I didn't belong there. All I wanted was to talk. So, for anyone who's ever wondered about my experience about discovering, if you could say that, my asexuality, I feel like that entry captures it quite well. Yes, Vicky, exactly. Terrifying are misconceptions. Sitting on the F train, a lady, dark-haired, sits adjacent to me. I see her out of my peripheral vision, and she is facing me, even though her seat faces away from me. I suspect she is looking at a map on the car, so she has to be turned, but she does not change her body position for the entire stop. As the train slows to Ditmas, her face inches closer to me, but I am afraid of looking at her. I fear how she is psychotic and is just staring at me. Is she someone I know? I don't require a close inspection to know she's a stranger. Her body type and facial shape and hair color matches up to no one in recent history. And as the train stops, she makes another sudden move towards me, and as if involuntarily, I look up just as the door knocks open, my heart jumping with fear, then quickly a shock of relief knowing she is not going to go berserk on me. She is not even looking at me. She is just looking out the nearest window, by me, to see if this is her stop. And it is, indeed. She exits the car, my pulse heavy in the throat. I do not hold the answers for you, but I can show you my birthmarks, the place where they used to be before they faded. Some birthmarks are darker, some sprawl across the expanse of skin. I was born with at least 4, but the baby oval on my wrist disappeared in my early teens, the one on my left shin big as a slap, even earlier than that. The biggest of them all settled on my infant bum when I entered this world. But being so hidden from view after my toddler years, I think it died from disappointment, lacking the attention everything living seeks. The skin there is a shade darker than the rest of me in winter, as if it left me with a faint bruise only I can see, a bitter farewell of sorts, the way young lovers carve their names everywhere they go, abandoning their love all over for others to witness, even after they've abandoned each other. The only visible mark I've been left with to remember my birth by is on my right leg, right above my knee, always visible on the hottest days of summer, or in bed, if I'm with someone attentive to oddities and things that don't quite belong. It gets so much attention it wishes it could hide, but I don't see why. It's so much a part of me, my body, my life. This is the mark that has survived since my beginning. A veteran among the scores of burns, cuts, bites of nature, carelessness, accidents, tears from dares gone awry. Others always mistake it for a bruise, and given its dark ink green tint and egg-sized territory, quite a bad one, possibly from a brutal hit or a fall, and probably extremely painful to the touch. Friendly acquaintances and potential friends will ask me what happened to have earned this blemish, and I will answer, birth. I joke to myself that if one day someone uses the angel who fell from heaven pickup line on me, I will show them my ink blot bruise. Yes, must have fallen from heaven, and I must have been pretty drunk too, because I don't remember a thing about it. Depression, melancholy, sadness of the soul, whatever you prefer to call it, is like a birthmark on me too. I don't see why they all assume it's more painful than the unblemished skin, but they must give it a name, because it looks different, so it must feel different too. You'd like some linearity, but I've only got some collection of small scars scattered. Not all of them have stories anymore, fossil remnants of things not important enough to remember. Yes, I probably do believe in karma. I told Aaron some days ago how I'd sabotaged my parents during my eating disorder period in high school by putting extra oil and salt when I cooked for them. Then I remember a few minutes ago how I'd resorted to eating the heavy oil plates of greasy vegetables in Yongfeng for a year. It really seems like things tend to come full circle. how they felt their lips coated with my illness, how my lips feel themselves ashamed with my illness. The space is necessary as a blankness to separate the content, to make things more visible. Why I can't seem to let the blankness be when I'm reading an article or watching a video. I seem to feel at a loss even when I'm occupied. I can't just do one thing at a time when there's an option to do more. That's a problem of this society, it would seem, when things are always ready and available, easily attained, needs easily satisfied. What to do then? Find new needs, even if they didn't used to be needs. Find new problems so we can be productive. Look for solutions, not alone to sit, stationary. Unstable is the mind when the body is all satisfied, because the inactivity mimics death, or at least the state of being dead. But doesn't a part of me always yearn for the peace of eternal rest, hoping to be finally rid of the troublesome day-to-day unending? Why is it so hard to not be doing anything then? I've come that much closer to death, that so often idealized state of peace, rest, and blankness. So maybe I'm not seeking peace and inactivity then. Maybe it's something else. Maybe the death ideal holds the state of unbeing that involves no choice, no wrong decisions, a complete lack of responsibility, and the inability to be blamed for unfortunate outcomes. I seek a release not from busyness, but from shame. Too much judgment, too much jumping to conclusions makes for awful feelings. Apprehension, desiring a release that is then oversimplified and boils down to an idea of nothingness. Death has been, for me at least, a darkly and unknown signifier. The idea gives me what I don't have. It has been forced to wear a mask and costume of my desires. I am a lazy person, no longer motivated enough to really spend time, energy, patience on obtaining what I desire. I desire what I hate now because I hated what I could not have before. Now I've become resigned to hatred, having given up on my goals due to fear of failure. Failing too many times will lead to surrendering to the status quo. See China after 1989, after Tiananmen's failed protest, after the spirit of the revolution was stunned, and in the days it took for the people to recover, human fear took hold in its place. When we try to forget our failures, we bury the past in hopes of bearing the pain. But also, to avoid future pain, we steer clear of the risks we once were brave enough to take. In trying to forget, we numb, taking away sensation and whiting out content. Yes, I feel empty because I've made myself empty, because I felt burdened by the things I held and carried, because I wanted to put them down. I wanted to be free of baggage, luggage, all the easier to make an escape. Isn't it true? I always highlight my bumps in the road as if I were featuring the troubles as part of me, so frequently present that they've become incorporated into me. I play the role of the victim so that I have excuses to protect me from judgment and blame. But it doesn't quite succeed in protecting me from me, my judgments, my blame, my discontent. As my favorite Mad TV skit goes, my only favorite, stop it. It would be easier if my inner critic didn't echo the refrain of mainstream standards, and I haven't grown long enough legs yet to steady myself against the current. It pulls on me until I go along with the masses, who we have not enough belief in ourselves, instead are convinced the direction for another must also be the right one for ourselves, and flow and go. We bob in the stream, struggling. Some who drown lost hope for relief. I am drowning. Let me flow to a shore and grab onto another branch, fine with where it is, and pull myself out. Be as kind as you can in the transition and keep going. As I say to Carlos, either practice and try to go ahead, or give up and be stuck. Whatever. I make intentions known. I told Aaron how I found out just today Lutheran does not pay for sick or personal days after a resignation letter has been forwarded. That's why my last paycheck was missing about $180 or so, because I had taken a day off. Maybe they took off for the previous days too. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to the other pay stubs. I would have been fine if I gave no notice, quit on the spot, after using all my paid personal days. Aaron said he thinks quitting without notice is best, no hard feelings either way, no confrontation, and, in today's economy, quick replacements are just waiting to be hired. That might be true. Sharon of AmeriCorps has taken my place. I told Aaron I refuse the ways of hiding intentions, passive aggression that results in sabotaging others, of passing off responsibility and blame to others. When I confronted Noah about it, he told me the rule, to which I said, I've never been told of this rule, to which he responded, didn't Julio tell you? And I said no, looking at him with borderline tearful eyes filled with nothing good. I texted Julio, who said, it explains my check too. He didn't know it. And when I relayed what Noah had said, Julio texted in response, Noah, God bless him, with syphilis. I love you, Julio. I don't think Julio's watching this live, but Julio, one of my greatest supervisors in my work life. Here's what I explained to Aaron in response to his no notice is best notice idea. I make myself known. And my last ideal I'm trying to hold on to now is that I will one day find people who try their best to be responsible and upfront about their actions and intentions, I'd meant to add. No regrets about leaving Lutheran when I resigned, even more so now, having been given little transparency from beginning to end. Last ideal I'm looking to hold on to now. Will this ideal last? It seems like all the others have slowly been worn away. Yet maybe this was always my central ideal that had been the soul of all my other ideals. Trustworthiness, reliability, minimizing damage and pain. I know now how hard it is to find ideals in reality consistently. But maybe ideals are like happiness, realized in bursts, quick to fade. Maybe that's how they're kept alive, almost orgasmic in its nature. That tragic comedy headline about the lady who killed herself after having consecutive uncontrollable orgasms, doesn't that prove that even the best things prove fatal in excessive amounts? When what is once elusive becomes caught, petrified in the eternal present, myths turn to caricature. Awe turns to cheap spectacle. I took a nap this afternoon and had a dream. Aaron was in it. When I lulled out of the dream sphere, I debated semi-consciously whether I would wake up completely to let Aaron know of the contents of my dream space to go back to sleep. I was really sleepy, so I went back to sleep, promising to myself I'd remember it so I could tell him later. I woke up at the alarm and didn't remember the dream. Disappointed, but knowingly, I'd begun to get dressed when I looked down at the flip-flops on my feet. They were Aaron's. Then instantly I remembered. I dreamed, among other incidents, that Aaron's flip-flops had also broken at the thong stem as mine had, and I'd gone into the dining table to show him the damage, worrying I was somehow oddly causing all of the flip-flops I wear to tragically break within a few days of use. When I'd remembered the dream, I also remembered a comforting facet of the non-event, how calm his reaction had been at seeing his slipper's tragic state, saying something along the lines of, "Oh well," with a little shoulder shrug. I do appreciate him very much, and the way he cares for me. He bought me Hello Kitty stickers yesterday and laid them out on Dodo's surface right away when I got home on the phone with my father, angry and hurt about a stupid mail document Mom had yet to send out yet. He held me as I cried, and when I'd started up again while on another return call acting as the go-between for two adults who'd once made me but now have broken down due to their inability to communicate to each other effectively about their needs and wants, rolled over on his little kid's red office chair on wheels, a wise decision from IKEA, and took off his glasses to bury his face in my crotch as I sat sobbing on the dirty black sofa, laden with crumbs. Little things that become routine, habits, and rituals that confront us. It is nice to have them. I did never think I would read these aloud, no. It would appear that most of the routines I've set up for myself have not been healthful ones recently, namely overeating. What did I write? Something out on exercise, depression, and self-pity. I've begun to rely on these as a scheduled set of activities to give me stability and a sense of comfort. Until I can find substitutes, then, I'll keep on this unhealthy regimen, continue to view myself poorly, continue to gain weight, continue descending. I want to be a stronger chooser, but have to constantly acknowledge the small scraps of agency that really only half belong to me, half to circumstance. Will this acknowledgement make me a better forgiver of both myself and other people? What purpose does forgiving serve? Just how malleable are we, how independent, how free? On most days, I feel there is hardly inner mobility when committed to society and its associations. But if I look back from the earliest times I can recall of myself till now, I've certainly changed, rebelled, and resisted various pulls on me. I am greedy, though. I want more resistance, more moral superiority, more justification to back up my wants and actions. That's it. And this last page was signed by my friend, Margaret. Well, I think I'm going to keep those last pages. They seem very coherent and still very central to who I am. But the rest of them, gotta say bye to some. I think I'm ready for a pee break, and then maybe we'll have a snack. So pee break. getting a little bit chilly in here. Let's make a cucumber salad. I bought some of these cucumbers from Flushing when I was passing through Flushing one day. And they are like Chinese cucumbers, and they are way more delicious than Kirby cucumbers. They are basically like thicker, sturdier versions of Persian cucumbers. Not quite as tender, but still very, very snappy. Thanks, Cindy. I'm also going to boil a little water for tea because it's quite cold in here. I've given away all the shelving, so there's like no place to put anything anymore, which is why the countertop looks very messy. You shall forgive me because you have no choice. It's too bad you guys can't see me wash the cucumbers. I'm sure the internet would like a gif of me washing cucumbers. Oh no, this molded already. Yikes. I've never put baking soda in pickles. Do you hear the crunch of this? Okay, now I need to smash them. Whoops. Casualty. I actually don't know where that one went. Gift for the buyer. Oh, wow. You guys are falling, aren't you? You are falling. Falling in love with cucumbers. The contents of the salad will be cucumber and whatever condiments I have left here, which is not many, unfortunately. I took it all back to Woodside. I have some sesame oil, some MSG, and some balsamic vinegar, I think. I also have salt, but maybe we'll just use some soy sauce instead. If I have. Actually, nope. I brought the soy sauce back too. Don't have soy sauce either. Wow, really did myself in. Nope, brought the fennel seed back too. Nooks and crannies. Do I have sugar? I don't think I do. We're gonna taste a little bit of this pickle sauce that I found in Mom's fridge. Has anyone ever used this before? It smells weird. It smells like I won't like it. Oh. I like it. It's a little like unfishy fish sauce. It's like very salty and rounded in that saltiness. What's in here? Water, rice wine, lees, wine, salt, monosodium glutamate, spice, which includes shallot, ginger, Chinese prickly ash, fennel. Allergen information contains monosodium glutamate. Fuck yeah, baby. Give me that MSG. Ooh, that might be a little too much. Sorry. A little bit of sesame oil. A lot of sesame oil. Treat yourself. A little bit of balsamic vinegar, which Mom doesn't really use Chinese black vinegar for some reason. She uses balsamic. I don't think she trusts Chinese black vinegar, which is fine because balsamic tastes a little sweeter. Okay, 4 ingredient cucumber salad. Let's see. Smells good. Smells good. A little more MSG. A smidgen more. Potentially the worst bottle cap ever. I don't even know how I'm going to transport this back to Woodside. It's going to leak all over the fucking place. The soy packets, they're done. They were gone that same night that we made the mush, the first mush that we ever made. My family used to go to these church gatherings, and I think one Christmas we pulled out these Bible verse cards. I don't remember who pulled this one out. Either mom or dad, I guess. I found it recently tucked away in some book of grandma's for some reason. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Romans 8:32. I don't know how I feel about that verse. we trust someone who puts their kid through that shit? But yes, God does not function on the logic of humans. I have down here, destroy CDs, destroy magnets, pack clothes, clear coffee table, snack, make cucumber salad, read journals. We've done some of those. I think we should clear that coffee table next, after I finish these cucumbers, because somebody might be picking them up tomorrow. The table, that is. For a long time, I was thinking I would keep several furniture pieces here, like this desk that we're on, because I kept thinking I would move really soon, so I would have more space, but I really don't think I can handle selling a house and moving at the same time. I think I would just break, and returning to work. I just don't think it's gonna work. And I'm trying to tell myself that it's okay, that I can't keep these furniture. There's the dining table. I've given away a lot of the chairs. I'm sitting on the cushy chairs. We're on this table. That's the living room. That's the coffee table. That's the fridge. I don't think I'm gonna move the fridge. I'm hoping just to be able to keep the fridge here for now. Storage things are a thing in New York, but they're very expensive. Back is still kind of like, it feels like I heard it, but it's much better. Congratulations, Violet! Nothing makes me happier than people leaving their shitty jobs. I think the dining table might be a tad too big for my Woodside apartment. Let's go measure it. I do want to keep it because I've had this dining table for very, very long. I basically grew up with it. It's about 42 inches at its widest. That's less than 4 feet. Might be a little too big. No, it's a full round. It's true. I could take the legs off. Everything that I'm wearing is either Mom's or bought by Mom. So thanks, Mom, for your excellent style. Let me ask Aaron how wide our kitchen is. What's going on with the electricity here? I feel like the fridge just blew out or something. The fuck? Is Mom visiting us? I feel like the light just dimmed twice in under 10 seconds. And I heard the fridge whir at a different frequency. What up, Mom? I'm looking for her like she's just gonna turn up. Okie doke. We have a printer. I kind of want to keep it, but it is really big. It is like so big. The length of my elbow to my fingers, basically. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but it's very useful. I also don't know where I'm gonna move shit off to now that all of these furniture pieces are getting taken. There's enough toner left. All of my mailing labels I've been printing with it. guess I'll just move it to the couch for now. A lot of printer paper. I think my friend got me this rock from someplace, but I don't know. Here's Mom's Arctic Circle certificates, but I think we're gonna have to trash it, Mom. Sorry. Sorry, Mom. Sorry. Sorry. We got a Japanese iron. Everything's in Japanese. I've never used an iron before. I'm kind of tempted to keep it. Kind of tempted to like just be a mom and iron my shit and be an adult finally. Maybe. What do you think? Should I be an adult now? But I have a ironing board that I will not be taking. So if anybody wants an ironing board, I got one. June cooks with an iron, of course. I also have a hair dryer in a Chanel bag, no less. I believe this one is also a Japanese hair dryer. I am terrified of hair dryers. They sound so loud and so close to my fucking ear. But it comes with a brush attachment and a comb attachment, I guess. Ooh. And it comes with mom hair, or my hair. She used to blow dry my hair with this. Smells good. So if anybody wants a really snazzy Japanese-made hair dryer, let me know. I don't know what my mom would have wanted, actually. The handle part does not get hot, I don't think. My neighbor just offered me his mom's biryani. I said I would love a rain check and I would love to come over for dinner one day when I am less stressed. I would love to keep the neighbor after I sell the house, right? I have fucking fantastic neighbors. We got some diapers for grandma. So many diapers. Yo, if anybody knows where I can donate senior diapers and bed pads to, please let me know, because I contacted a church and they were like, this is such great news. We'll take them if they're sealed. And I was like, yes, they're sealed. And a full 5 days has gone by and nobody's written back to me. So I'm just like, time. Here's a pad I took from the first class lounge at the beginning of my trip because I realized my cycle was starting, and that was before Mom died. Fun. I've thrown away all of Mom's cracker bins and mooncake tins and all of this, but I've kept this one. I just love the way it looks. It's even got sticky residue all over it, but I don't mind it because I want it so bad. I don't know what I'm gonna put in it, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? What else we got here? We got a roll of toilet paper. Wow, toilet paper for everyone. My mom hoarded so much of it. And, oh, wow, a lot of batteries. Do we think these work? Do we think these batteries work? I'm gonna guess no. And a dryer ball. It's a massage ball? Really? Dudes, it's hard as fuck. Yeah, I don't know why my white balance is going cray-cray. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know what it is, guys. It's really, really painful on my hands right now. All right, I'm gonna put it outside then. I'm also going to be putting these outside. Some of them are better than others, but they're like plastic folder dividers. Actually, this one's pretty trash. Never mind. This one, though, still works. And this one even comes with a little clip, like a briefcase. I might need a folder, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I like using the binders for all of these things, and I have all of the binders. Got 91% alcohol. Mom really liked to drink. Got some very expired sunscreen. Got a little star container that says just between us. I've not gotten my booster yet, no. Bandana, don't know why I have it here. Paper bags. I guess cleaning off the coffee table just means migrating all the shit to the futon. Popsicle sticks, stamps, papers, envelopes, real boring stuff. Ooh, hair things. Do you guys ever use these things? I never learned how to use them. I guess I should put them outside, or somebody will take them. Ooh. A 16 gig SD card. I wonder what's in here. What do you do with the squiggly things? I never know what you do with these. Okay, a photographer's contact info that I once interned for. How to sort his files for him in Bridge. CS6 Photoshop tips. Wow. I need none of this shit anymore. Oh, I'm so sorry you got a crunchy avocado. How do you want the eyes of the viewer to move? Weight of camera over longest leg of the C stand. Camera, transmitter, sync plug. This was when I decided that I wanted to intern for photographers because I wanted to be a photographer, and then I was like, nah, bro. No. I guess we got some Chinese character practice in here too. Wow, what a mess. And we got upside down text. This is so strange. This is like one journal entry out of nowhere with no other journal entries in here. It was Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, and it was my last Tuesday with Angie and Justin. I looked out with Lily standing behind me, and we were watching the red light becoming bigger and bigger in the sky, covered by melting clouds of smoke. Justin and Angie were not paying attention to this, eyes solely concentrating at the game they held in their hands. I looked at the clock on the desk. It was 8:59, 10 seconds, all itching to reach the finish line at 12. I turned my face back to the window and stared at the red clouds. Lily's face was reflected in the window, her face and hair dotted by lights on the faraway building, and the helicopters signaling their frantic messages back to unseen headquarters. We jumped a little when 3 books fell off the shelf behind us, finally showing just how frightened we were at that moment. Angie stopped jumping on the bed. I turned to face the window and I said, "I guess this is goodbye." The time hand ran past 12 and kept running its endless race. Justin looked up at the fallen books and then at Angie, who had just leapt on the bed, tackled the large pillow bigger than her entire body. "May, stop it. You're going to knock all the books off if you keep doing that. Stop drooling on my pillow." Angie was laughing, and indeed drooling a little as she laughed on, out of breath. I turned from the window, picked up the stray pencil on the floor. Justin finished his game and stood up. He walked over to Lily, eyes on the clouds now. He chirped shrilly, "Is that a nuke?" This notebook, no, I would suck at writing a novel, has only stickers, like Christian themed stickers, and then I wrote on this page, "Something you missed." All right, trash. I saved all of Mom's receipts for some reason. I guess I didn't feel ready to let them go yet. October 27th, 2019, she spent $69.99 at Marshall's. An address on Northern Boulevard. A record of what checks she cut to cover which bills. It's taken me a full month to be able to let these things go, I guess. Micro Center on Casino Boulevard in Flushing, July 15th, 2019, $42.99 for a new router. Okay. Bring these back to Woodside. They're all toiletries, rubber bands, felt for cleaning, masks. Masks can go back to Woodside. I would say that's good enough. I can clear the rest of the items off tomorrow when they come. Better to do a little than nothing at all. Bye, Godzilla. Do you guys have to buy garbage bags to put out garbage in houses? Because I think that's ridiculous. Biryani. Well, I'm gonna take this bag of trash downstairs. I know I said a couple of lives ago that I was gonna bring that leftover Bob's flour mix here so that we can make a microwave trash cake with Mom's ingredients, but I didn't bring it here, and I also feel like it might be a bad idea to bring things here. So I'm just gonna eat her ingredients as is. We're basically just gonna snack on a little dried cranberry coconut trail mix. Yes, I know, I have to call the Department of Sanitation to pick up those larger items. I think anything over 5 by 5, I have to call for pickup. Can anyone confirm that these coconut flakes are from Trader Joe's? I feel like they are. This jar is huge. Alright, well, this is creepy. Are y'all still here? Are we still live? Did you see that blackout? Wow. Guess not. Well, I don't know if we're still live because I can't seem to check anything right now. Are we back online or no? Because I think my Wi-Fi is out. Okay, I can see your chat now. My Wi-Fi cut out. I think I've been draining my data in the meantime. Did anyone see the blackout happen? It was very creepy. The fridge sounds like it's struggling. What's happening? You good, homie? What's up? Oh boy, guys. I don't know what's happening. Did reading your old journals make you feel any different about your current life? No. This is coconut flakes, and this is really old craisins. Waxy craisins. This is basically like gluten-free trail mix. You know, if we have a blackout, then we have a blackout. Confirmed. A viewer who lives roughly 4 to 5 blocks away also had some splatchy power issues, so not just me, at least. Well, now I really don't want to end the live. Oh my god. The fridge keeps making this clicking noise. Somebody is picking up lights tomorrow, and they said, tomorrow in the morning I can go to pick up the lights. Can you? Alright, it's good. People are starting to pick up stuff. There's some things in there, but there's very few things in there. If the fridge power does go out overnight, I'm not going to be very sad. I personally love cilantro. But I get some people don't. Mom loved coconut things, but she never ate these for some reason. A full damn jar. I don't think Sichuan peppercorns will infuse that much flavor, but it'll transfer over some. I would never make a gingerbread house, no. The payoff is not worth it for me. I agree, Vicky. I wanted to toast them, and then I realized I got rid of all the pots and pans already, so. I feel like cilantro freshens my breath more than parsley does. I'm cool on borrowing kids. I'll just borrow cats. I will just bitch about one thing. I really don't like it when people tell me that they are no longer watching or that they are unsubscribing because of something in particular I did. That's cool. Do whatever works for you, homie. Do whatever works for you. Well, we still have the microwave. I just don't really have much to cook with. We have, let me show you the fridge content. We have some dates from our trip. We have 2 eggs because I gave the rest to my neighbor. We have these fermented black beans that Mom had in the fridge. We have another jar of that mysterious meat sauce. We have some century eggs. We have 1 cup of applesauce. We have an apple that I brought. And we have 2 cans of sardines. Over here we have some urinalysis strips because I used to have a kidney condition and Mom used to monitor my kidney function with these. They're probably expired. They look very expired. I should, holy crap. Do you see that? April 1999. Oh my God. With 1 strip left in it. Sorry, 2 strips left in it. Wow. Wow. A jar of jam. This, I'm gonna set this aside and I'm gonna ask you what it is. We have some sesame paste. These are actually perfect cake ingredients if I had brought my fucking flour, which I didn't. We have a bottle of water from our trip. We have some yeast. This is my mistake yeast that I brought from home, combined with some of Mom's room temperature yeast, which might not be very worky anymore. A freezer bag, and more urinalysis strips. So let's take a look at what this mysterious ingredient is. You are slightly askew, I'm sorry. So this urinalysis strip looks more recent. And this only expired in 2016, so they might actually still work, honestly. Maybe on the next live I'll pee and I'll show you. It's gradually getting weirder and weirder. So here's what Mom had in the jar. This looks like Japanese. Oh, it's yuzu sake candy, and it's from Baksu, the company that sponsors literally every single fucking YouTuber alive. Okay. Maybe I'll bring this home to Erin and we can eat it. What else is in here? There's also this. I have no idea what this is. It looks like crunchy malt balls. Being 1. 甜味足 something some 地醇. Does any Shanghai something being 1 like pancake ball? Does anybody know what this is? Rice wine starter. That sounds about right. Okay, so I can make rice wine with this? Can I just drop some into rice? Love it. Love it. This jar is from 2015. I've put it into our peanut butter jar. Steam the rice first, let it cool before adding the 2 crushed balls. I see. Is it kind of like making amazake, which I've attempted to make before to varying degrees of success? Wow, is it 10 already? Shit. I'm very tired. Are y'all tired? Mijo. Yeah, I think Mom was making mijo a while back. I have no idea how old those are. I hope it's okay that I took it out of the fridge. I know there's a lot more shit I should be doing, but I'm very tired. You know what? I can put out these binder thingy majiggies because I hate them so much. Free to a loving home. Clear a coffee table. Pack clothes. Yes, I should pack the clothes. All right, who's ready to come upstairs with me? I also have these paper ones. Do you think anybody will want these? Look at this puppy paper that I've had since like middle school. I really don't want to trash it. But I will trash these useless notebooks. Although this one is quite nice. we're gonna smash some magnets. These I got off the fridge. I hate them, I don't want them anymore, and Grandma loves using magnets. She loves putting it into like a little sachet, and she claims that it helps her with her arthritis pain. I don't know if anyone else's Chinese grandmother feels that way about arthritis. Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to do that to you. Creating microplastics? Would it be any better if I just threw this out? That didn't do anything. Alright, maybe this was a bad idea because it's going to create a lot of noise. Maybe I'll just bring it to Grandma then. I can't have only good ideas, you guys. Gotta have some bad ones. Here's my favorite magnet. Yes, of course I'm gonna keep it. Be honest, do you guys actually recycle your batteries, or do you just throw them in the trash? Don't lie to me. what I thought. That's what I thought. I found this magnet at Mom's workplace, and I have no idea why she had it. I have a feeling it's because her friends and her coworkers traveled places and brought her back souvenirs, because along with this type of souvenir type things, I also found a lot of coins from countries that she's never been to, I'm pretty sure. So I have a feeling they were all just like gifts from other people who went places. I'm gonna save these magnets. I'm gonna put this in a gauze padding. Why not? More fun magnet show and tells. These are magnets from my college. Every year when you donate, they send alums a piece of the campus architecture, and so you end up having enough to kind of recreate the campus on your fridge, which honestly I think is kind of brilliant. Pretty snazzy. Whoever came up with that idea, good job you. I wanted to keep this really cool notebook that has different kinds of paper samples in it, and it's all in Japanese. Maybe I'll just put it outside in the free box and hope somebody takes it. More financial documents. Okay. Very cute letter paper. I want to throw it away because I wrote something on the back of it that I do not feel very attached to at all. Some used stamps that Mom was saving on her bedstand. I don't know why. They're used. I feel like you can't really resell used stamps. Is that correct? Do they have any value once they've been used? Grandma has a lot of paper. I cannot give her more. You should see her room. There is no space in her room. I think the home and the nurses there are a little bit exasperated by me because I keep bringing in boxes of clothing and her things to her. And I want to keep doing that because it's Grandma's things, but also there is just no room for Grandma's things. I also should take Grandma's open diapers to her because nobody else is gonna use it, huh? Yep. I have a whole bag of folders and envelopes. Let me tell you, they are heavy. I'll keep some that I think are usable, but I think most of these I will trash. Here's one from Amherst College as a prospective student. Somewhere that I interned for. Whatever. Sophomore college. A folder with 2 people's phone numbers on there that I no longer recall. Townsend Harris. History Day competition folder. Airborne Express, flat rate envelope, more Amherst College, more Sophomore College, the census from 20 years ago. This that I made once upon a time. Pressed flowers. Trash. Townsend Harris Association. Townsend Harris was my high school. I'm going to read you guys the ephebic oath so that you can see what we were brainwashed with. The ephebic oath reads, I shall never bring disgrace to my city, nor shall I ever desert my comrades in the ranks, but I, both alone and with my many comrades, shall fight for the ideals and sacred things of the city. I shall willingly pay heed to whoever renders judgment with wisdom, and shall obey both the laws already established and whatever laws the people in their wisdom shall establish. I alone, and with my comrades, shall resist anyone who destroys the laws or disobeys them. I shall not leave my city any less, but rather greater than I found it. You guys like the ephebic oath? Just lavender paper. I don't know why, but lavender paper. Have a good eggplant dinner. Ooh, a piece of paper that I missed with an address on it. Interesting. Ah, yes, this one was labeled mystery notes, random addresses. Just one random address. Never did I think at any point in my life I would have 296 people watching me sift through envelopes. Truly unprecedented life. How did we get here? I don't know. My winning personality when it comes to looking into envelopes for scraps of paper that I left behind 3 weeks ago. I remember sitting on that futon over there where we just were and trying to figure out which pieces of mail were useful for the first time and just feeling so fucking overwhelmed. I put them all into their own separate folders, and then I decided the folder system was not going to work for me. And that's when I moved over to the binder system, and the binder system I think works better because with the sheet protectors I can see all the documents transparently through each of those, and it's easier for me to find the stuff that I need. But it's been a journey. One that has unfortunately not come to an end yet. It is it's a pretty hard one. I hope it gets easier. Hello, welcome to our potentially final segment of the night. I'm gonna go upstairs I'm gonna take a pee break. And then we're going to be putting some clothes into a bag. And we're gonna be putting that bag into this. And then we're hopefully gonna catch a ride tomorrow and try to haul more stuff bit by bit back to Woodside. I shall go pee. This bag of clothes was from my trip, actually. My knee brace, my pajama pants, some reusable pads, socks. I think these can all but go back to Woodside. The room is looking good. Y'all, the room is empty. There's just the bed. Everything else is gone. Maybe I'll keep one sports bra here, just in case. I'm gonna keep one pair of socks. I mean, the real estate agent will like it very much that it is empty, you know. Socks missing. This is the infinity scarf that Mom gave me that I wore to Cairo because it served as a head wrap. But I think I no longer want it. It's got white on one side and lace on the other. It's very pretty, but I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. I threw out a lot of Mom's stockings. It really hurt to do that. But I don't wear stockings, so there would be no point at which I would make use of them. Look at this gorgeous scallop neckline. It's unfortunately got some holes in it, but I'm still gonna wear it like underwear, basically. Winter is coming. This was one of the first shirts I chose to wear when I first came. This was still tagged. 100% cotton. It's got a little V-neck with a little collar. It looks better when I wear it than it looks now. It's very much Mom style. She went through a real polo shirt phase when I was growing up. I hated it. Cute little sweaters. Mom was into her sweaters for sure. So these are all clothing that I chose to keep from Mom's. I love the detail on the end here. It's got a little scalloping too. skirt is a little too big for me. I think Grandma needs to work her magic on it for me one day. And finally, this beautiful coat. I think I'm gonna give this one away. Not really feeling it. It's beautiful. It's a pretty scarf, but not really feeling it. Here is my elementary school t-shirt with everyone's signature on the graduating class in the back. Good night. This is fun. Somebody gifted this to me. I think my maybe teaching co-fellow. It is a onesie. It is a Lilo and Stitch onesie. It is very, very warm in the winter time. If you're in New York and you want this, you can have it. You need to let me know though, so I don't haul it back and forth. I think that movie made me cry too. Okie doke, I'm probably gonna eat some cookies and hopefully shower before midnight and go to sleep. That's it. That's all I have for you. Dead in my nostrils. Have a good night. Happy Friday. I hope you have a good one.